Did you guys saw this bird, bro? Did you guys saw the bird? See, man, I'm so excited. I've been sober for 5 years, right? And yesterday I just paid a big credit card yesterday, and we just getting to the next level, right? But mindfulness, training, doing the boring things. But when I do these walks, I mean, look at it. I just took a, have you seen the video of this little bird? I mean, it was just amazing, man. And that's what happened when you get up early in the morning, you know, and you meditate first. And let me tell you about my technique. I'm going to share what actually worked for me. It is, I don't do absolutely anything until I meditate in the morning. I don't even get up. If I need to go to pee, I go to pee, and I come back and just meditate, breathing exercises. Boom. Acknowledge the day. Acknowledge that you're alive, you're breathing, and today you were granted another opportunity, one day at a time. So you get up and look after this rain. And my wife yesterday, no, it's gonna be rain the whole week. I just checked the just for the sake of it, it clear. You never know. See, I've been keep telling this, look, don't worry about the the elements. It goes, if it's raining, go out and rain. If it's you just go. Don't like salesmen, we like to prejudge a customer even before even talking to the customer. And we like to do the same with the weather. Oh, in 3 days from now it's gonna rain. You don't know that. You absolutely don't know that. You already called it 3 days, like you were like, I don't know, this magician, like in 3 days it's gonna rain. You don't know that. That my baby said in the channel, but that can change. Look, I literally, there was like nothing in the, maybe one day scatter like yesterday, but yesterday was like, like cloudy, and I went to run, and I was happy running in the rain, and man, we did a nice workout. Had a little bit of headache yesterday, but I was like, got up this morning and look at this beautiful weather. It's Friday, and remember, Fridays are the best way to close the customers because people are in the best mood. Because guess what? They got paid today, right? So they're happy and they're ready for the weekend. And remember, at the end of the month is Memorial Day weekend. If you're I'm not in the car salesman business, but if you're in any business, there's a lot of offers on the table for Memorial Day weekend, right? So what they do is like right now, it's like, hey, like Grant Cardone shows one super trainer. He said, look, Memorial Day, let me all do my programs in Memorial Day for free, I'm going to do the funds for free. I'm going to do the training for free. I'm going to do the follow-up for free. The only thing you got to do is just pay like $9.99 a month. So he does a package for this Memorial Day weekend. What do you have planned this weekend? No, nothing. Well, that's why you're not making any money, because you're not putting in nothing in the calendar, right? So if people go on vacation, how people go on vacation and they just reserve the package and like 6 months from that date, right? And they're like, in 6 months, man, we're gonna go on Cancun, and they're all excited, and they don't talk nothing or anything but going on a vacation 6 months from now. But it's they still need to work, and maybe they put it on their credit card. Maybe they shouldn't went to that vacation, but they're excited, so they're looking forward to. So if you're not put nothing in the calendar, you don't have anything to look forward to, right? So you're not producing, you're not making any money. For us, we have an appointment, with a little lender, and we're just like, right in the middle of, like, I gotta literally go straight all the way to 4 o'clock. But after that, I take my lunch from 4 to 5, and then I have 1 hour, and then I get off to I might go do another run today. Actually my first run probably after work, but it feels good, man. So your state of mind, mindfulness, it doesn't have to do with anything but your internal state of mind. A true salesman always care about how many people can he help, right? Because when you help enough people, you know, they'll look for you, right? Right now with AI, and everybody, I think that they're looking for a one-time sale only, instead of nurture the customer. And so every customer that you drop, depending of the market you're in, is gonna cost you between $1 million and $10 million over the long period of time. Because I mean, if you sell, you know, expensive cars, if you sell yachts, you're right. Not because they cannot afford the product today, they might not afford it a year from now, 2 years from now, right? And who's one of the realtors in those shows? I'm a huge fan of these dudes, but I mean, I listen to their trainings as well. So say he looked for this dude. He was following up with this dude for probably, he would say about a year. About a year and a half, and there was nothing, but he kept going. He kept following up with that guy, keep following up. Long story short, ended up buying a $40 million property because of the follow-up, right? So he didn't give up. But we as sales trainers, and you know, sometimes we go by the quick sale and we try to make it the quick buck. But at the end of the day, that doesn't work your way, because guess what? We had an appointment with a lender last month. I hadn't actually called the lender. I just wanted to figure that out, learn my process. But actually, I did it to actually do a trial, right? Because what I'm telling you is basically what people are doing right now. So I went through the process to show you that you can tell that these people are making, all the lenders or all the mortgage brokers, they're making tons of money. But what they're doing, they're dropping a lot of customers that when the economy tanks or goes down a little bit and they're already exhausted pipelines, they're gonna reach out to you. Hey, you remember me? And I'm like, I'm gonna hang out the phone. Because you didn't take care of me when I was calling the lender. It's not that the way around. These people need to be begging for your business. They need to be like, and the reason I do this is, when I do, once I get all my real estate going on, then man, I'm gonna obliterate all these people. Because, dude, you gotta go after these people. You gotta nurture the relationships. Like that's another story I'm gonna tell you. So I purchased the truck. Long story short, I still not even have the title. Because he couldn't actually transfer the plates. It was a clusterfuck. Let me tell you, it's a clusterfuck. But long story short, I had a little accident on the parking lot. The insurance company already sent me the money to fix the car. I'm not going to fix the car anyway because it's in the bottom of the door. It doesn't affect nothing in the vehicle. I use that money to pay one of my big credit cards. I don't care. It's a materialistic thing. I don't even care about the truck. I'm going to use the truck for my benefit, not the other way around. So anyway, who is actually following with me? The title lady, who does the transfer title. She called me yesterday. Hey, Mr. Roberto, I am going to send you a new plate for some reason. Not even the car salesman who sold me the car could have the courtesy to call me. They should be send me a gift card. Hey, Mr. Roberto, that was our mistake. Let me send you $100 out of my, go get your dinner with your wife because that was my mistake. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Are you listening to me? By the way, subscribe to the channel, save this post, right? Because if you want a sales experience And all these people, they're all these influencers, their sales, they're talking about, I saw this, I study social media, so I see these guys are one-hit wonders. After they're gonna start getting tired of these people not actually teaching, just they're showing. The only thing they're showing you, oh, now I bought the house, I'm a millionaire, blah, blah, blah. I'm in Arizona, I'm in Texas, but they're not teaching you the sales, nothing. They just make, they're is like the high ticket sales people, right? The high ticket sales, I don't know in the world what they're selling, right? I'm training on my own to do my first ultra. I don't need any sales train pack. I'm saving you like millions of dollars. You want the best training package? Go out there, put your tennis shoes, and go try to run a mile. And then after you run a mile, you run a 2. After you do your 3, 4, 5 until you do 15 like me or more. That's the best. So I'm saving you already like $25,000 to send to these influencers, right? Because they're not teaching you something that you can just go and you don't need another fitness exercise, right? You don't need any of that shit. You just need to go out there, put your tennis shoes, and to go out there and run. That's it, right? So go back to my sales course. I'm giving you the sales course, right? I'm giving you the best sales course, right? And by the way, buy the YouTube Premium channel, because you can have probably the best training in the world. Videos about coding, about sales. I mean, hey, don't take my word for it. Go out there and actually experience other, opinions. But I'm telling you, man, these people are the one-hit wonders. People are gonna get tired already of the same videos, showing. I don't need to show me. Look, I moved to a condo. Literally, I was living behind a golf course. Proximity, right? But in the way that I study these people, you gotta get proximity, right? Even though I'm gonna keep going, man. I'm gonna keep teaching sales. I'm gonna keep, showing you that I'm gonna show you in, doing what I say that I'm gonna do, right? And but these people are gonna be dropping. They're gonna be out of business in 5 years, right? Because when the economy is high, everybody's like, yeah, making hands over fists, right? That's what before the mortgage crisis. If you see the movie The Big Short, these guys were selling houses. They didn't check any incomes. They were like selling adjustable mortgages, and these people didn't knew what they were signing for, right? And when the economy tanked and their payments went from $700 to $2,000 a month, they couldn't more. That's doing CDOs and collateral debts obligations and all these subprime mortgage lending and all this predatory lending and all these people that are like, oh my God, dude, look, it's common sense. There's tons of things that you can actually go and tells you how much can you afford, how much is your down payment, and you can have a mortgage calculator and then tell you what it is, right? But what's happening? You wanna run before walking, right? You want to complete 100-mile running without even completing a 5K, right? So we're like too excited about all these people, but guess what? There's another influencer who's in jail. There were people that were like, I was actually studying him for the past couple, and how this guy was making $2-5 million a month until you didn't, right? They're back to jail, and there's a lot of influencers either they're dead, or they're no longer in business, or they're in jail because they're a bunch of scammers and bunch of posers and bunch of just like, I don't know. But anyway, the biggest opportunity is go help somebody that can never repay you. Go take care of each client that is worth $20 million. But I say, don't ever prejudge a customer. Follow up, and after the follow-up, this dude already lost, because if next time I buy a car, I'm gonna go to I might go to the biggest dealership in the country and buy me a luxurious another truck that I have, And guess what? Yeah, you are in charge. Don't let these guys fool you, man. Don't let these guys, just because you see all this fancy social media and, oh my God, that must be good. Bro, I'm telling you. I am telling you. And the last thing I'm going to say, by the way, subscribe to the channel and put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. What book are you reading this month? And what podcast are you listening to? Right? And the last thing I'm going to say is, look, I was browsing. For some reason, I was browsing for a second, and I came across this dude that I'm following in Instagram, right? And I'm not going to tell you his name because, you know. And I was actually, he was on the song. I don't know. He was like ranting. He was like feeling sorry for himself. He has like millions of followers. I don't know. It was weird. It's like, oh, you know. And it was like, look, that's one of the things that you're never gonna see in my cells. Not complaining. I'm just, you know, using a training as a training example to what happened to me. I'm not, dude. But it's like, oh, you know, I always feel like I should have missed the, you know, it was, you know, a lot of ultra runners, you know, they go on these races, and oh, you know, and they're like, for some reason they feel defeated, and oh, and they didn't finish the race, so they got hurt, and they're like, they feel so, they have like the imposter syndrome, right? And they're like, feel sorry for themselves, and they're posting like doing all these lives, and they're just like, oh, you know, I had the, you know, the race, and I was like, whoa, I felt that, you know, blah blah blah. Like, nobody cares, man. You know, like you never seen. I'm a huge fan of David Goggins. You'll never seen David Goggins like posting about defeat, posting about, oh my God, well, you know, we were like, and then, you know, blah blah blah. It's just like, you know, I felt like I was like, hey, in that war, and they, you know, I had, you know, they put, you know, they just, and I'm there. And the reason I'm telling you this is, a lot of people that you think they're like the happiest guys because you see the social media posts, and you think like they're the happiest guys and they don't have any problems, and, you know, they have all this money, all these houses and the cars, and dude, these people you see, they're like, you know, there's another big influences that you can see a little bit, a couple 3 months ago, divorced already, and he's a big influencer. So it's like, bro, so don't believe absolutely 90.9% what you see, because a lot of these people, they're like miserable, and they don't, but nobody cares, bro. Your goal is to be the best you can be on a daily basis. That's what I don't put. That's why sometimes when I plus in the morning, sometimes when I do my runs, and you see like in the morning, oh man, I don't want to wake up, man. I feel like I'm tired, but I'm gonna go, man. Let's go. You know, like empowering other people, right? You know, but you're never gonna hear from me like, oh, you know, I just like got up, and, you know, it's like, oh, I should be better today, and I was like, you know, like moping, right? You know, like moping. You know, my wife's ex-husband used to go around the house, and when they moved to, you know, now they already moved on because he's a douchebag, right? And I was already like moping around the house, and he was like. And you know, my stepdaughter used to call, you know, my wife, oh my God, my dad is moping around the house, man. He's like, a fucking grown-ass man, what the fuck, man? I would like to want to bitch slap the dude, and just like, you know, especially men, I don't know what's going on with these men these days, but I mean, I gotta, you know, I'm gonna go back, do some pull-ups at the gym, and I'm gonna do my run later on at 6 o'clock, and the only thing you're gonna hear about me and my self-training is about empowerment, and about keeping going. You know, let's, you know, you fell down, you get up and keep, you know, brush it, like when you were a kid, right? You were a kid in the, you know, in the playground, yeah, you fell, my knee, you're like, you know, like crying for a second, like, oh, my knee is bleeding, you know, you're like, oh, you know, okay, just come on, get up and go. Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go. Go help somebody that can never repay you. Subscribe to the channel. There's no crying in baseball. Stop watching the news. There's nothing, you know, stop watching the news. Care about yourself only. Nobody cares, and nobody is going to come and rescue you. You got to rescue you yourself. That's it. Subscribe to the channel, Sales America, and go out there and enjoy the beautiful day if you have the opportunity. God, these are probably my best exercise. I love the TRX. If you have the chance to do TRX, man, those are the best. TRX, put them on. If we get a house, we're gonna do a TRX, man. Those are the best, man. Great workout, I'll tell you. Oh, there it is. There it is. Look at that. Look at that, man. Look at this. It's right here, right here. Can you see it? This little bird. Can you see it? Can you see this little guy? Hello, little guy. Hello, little guy. Look at that little bird. So cool, man. Oh my God, beautiful, see? Beautiful, let me see if I can move a little bit. Take a little shot of this little bird. So cool, man. That's what you do when you take walks, mindfulness walks. Oh my God, look at that. It's right there. He's just chilling, little birdie. He's chilling. He has a work to do. He's just chilling, but he has a